Hey, everyone, Jason. We're gonna do some Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy unboxings of the Commander decks as well as the starter deck. I am here with my wife Mizu.
Hi.
So we've played. We did the unboxing for one of the booster boxes. Now we're gonna go through the Commander decks. I'm probably gonna do one video for each box, just because there's so many different cards in each one. And we have decent knowledge of Final Fantasy. I've played most of the games, but not all the way through. But I know who lots of the characters are. And I'm currently actually replaying through 7, the new one, so it'll be interesting. Alright, so let's head into these decks. Alright, so for this one we're going to do Final Fantasy X, which is Counter Blitz. Adds counters and pass them around. I don't know what pass them around means. Maybe pass counters around, tokens. I wonder if it has kind of a theme based on the way the gameplay is, because in the game you constantly rotate your characters around. That was actually one of the things I thought was the most fun about FF10. At least my takeaway from it was when you're playing it, you're constantly wanting to rotate your characters in and out during combat. Because it's like, oh, this guy has armor, so I have to take Orin. This guy's successful magic, so I switch to Lulu. This guy's fast, so I need Titus. That's a flyer, so you need Waka. I always thought that was a fun aspect of the game. So Counter Blitz. I probably should have shown this earlier, but before I flop the camera down. But we're going to start with Titus, Yuna's Guardian. And Yuna, the Grand Summoner. And then there's what the different colors kind of do. We have our box, so we have some little token cards there. We have commander tokens. Oh, that's neat. So there are different symbols on there. Oh, so I thought they were just for commander tokens. That's probably what these ones are. But we have some for different other abilities in here. So it's probably like flying, and I don't know what all these other symbols mean off the top of my head. That's kind of cool, because the other two had the exact same symbols. At the end of the video, we'll look over the special promo collector's booster pack. So you can look forward to that. Give me a Titus. Kind of cool artwork on these two little anime. At least on this one.
Yeah, I like that.
So Human Warrior says, beginning a combat in your turn, you may move a counter from a target creature you control to a second creature control. So this must be the pass it around mechanic. Whenever one of more creatures deals with combat, whenever more creatures you control counters on them deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card and proliferate. Do this only once each turn. Oh, and proliferate lets you add everything that has a counter gets an additional counter. So they're just going to keep boosting each other up. We have Yuna, the Grand Summoner. Like 1 mana of any color. When you next cast a creature spell this turn, that creature enters with 2 additional counters. Remember, another permanent you control is put in the graveyard from the battlefield. If you have 1 or more counters on it, you may put that number of 1/1 counters on target creature. Cool, so basically just passing counters around. So if you like counters and boosting up your creatures, this is the deck for you. Orin, Venerated Guardian.
I like him.
Attacks put 1/1 counters. When you do exchange target, when you do exile target creature defending players with less power than Orin, so he just gets to straight up destroy creatures. And he's a samurai. We have some Kokobo Knights. Gata and Luzu.
I forgot about them.
Lord Jasko Gyos. So we did get alternate art in one of the other packs.
Ah, neat.
So that's just what the border list looks like in comparison for the collector's packs.
Didn't even realize.
Yep. So
Oh, that's cool.
they're not that cool. They're neat, but they're not like incredible for just those couple. But I think there's definitely ones that have full artwork we've seen in the booster packs. We have protection magic. Put a shield counter on a creature.
Unusual artwork for this deck.
Lots of it looks like it's by this Miyako Masuda.
I can't see it. Can't see the name. Mikio Masuda. Mikio. I don't know her art.
Here we have a Summoning Ixion, the unicorn.
Hmm.
You don't remember that one?
No, I don't remember. I haven't played that game
Oh,
in
I
so
think
long.
it's one of the first ones you get. We have Yujimbo.
I think because I never really liked that one. I never used it.
Yeah. Exile target artifact, enchantment, or tap creature, including next turn. Creatures can attack unless your controller pays 2 for each of those creatures. That's fun. And then create X tokens, where X is the number of opponents you control creatures is 4. I still wish his ability was just like basically like pay X amount of treasure cards or exile treasure cards to do X damage, because that's what his whole gimmick was. You paid him Gil to do stuff, and the more money you paid him, the better he was. Like, if you paid him, I think the max was 9,999. Basically, he had like a 50-50 chance to do his ultimate would kill everything one hit.
That could come in handy.
Summoner Ascending. Create some spirits. The Blitzball Stadium. Gain support X. Put X 1/1 counters on each up to X target creatures. That's crazy. And it's X1, so basically it's like early on you can pay it for cheap. We have Lulu, the Stern Guardian. Of each one of these cards is some type of guardian. It just proliferate, which lets you put more counters on each kind. You want everything, you'll end up with nothing. Oka, the Traveling Merchant. I want to say, creature attacks, you put a stun counter on target creature, and then if you proliferate any number of permanents that are put, give another counter for each time. So that's crazy, because lots of stuff you're giving +1/+1, just making them stronger. Here she comes, or opponent attacks, you put a stun counter on that creature so they can't attack. And if you proliferate, you can keep adding them, because it adds any counter, so you can keep basically making them so they're stunned even longer. Riku, Resourceful Guardian. Hey, I've got just the thing for you. Her quote should have been, you know?
Yeah.
And that's all it should have said. So there's Valfor. So, did we not?
We had a different one, yeah.
Yeah, so here we actually, it's one of the other collector ones we got, where we actually got like a full artwork. So that's actually definitely a lot more cool.
Yeah.
Where they just made the background the entire card, instead of just a little tiny thing. Like, these are kind of neat for getting those. Like, it's just basically taking off the border. It's kind of like, meh, it's okay. Master Seymour. I just hated that word. There's Monstrosity X, so it's to create X's number of counters on each creature you control. The Sphere Grade, the broken card. Activate those, you must use the spheres. I actually love this as a game system. I thought this was a cool way to level up your characters, because you had options and kind of how you wanted to level them up. But then you could eventually, like, after they kind of learned their skills, you could then second or third them into other classes. So, like, you could have Titus become a summoner, or Waka become a knight, like Orin, or Lulu become a white mage or a black mage, or split it however you want. I thought that was just a really cool way to, like, make games so everyone could eventually, if you took the time, could basically have access to any skills, so it worked like older Final Fantasy games like that, but without having to, like, get rid of their base stats, because older games you'd have to basically be like, oh, I'm going to switch this character to, like, this other class for a while, then they can learn them abilities. I'm going to switch to this class, and then you could kind of mix and match them. But this just lets you kind of like secondary them into different directions. With whatever was closest they kind of had to go to first. But yeah, it was a neat idea. The Magus Sisters, which I don't know if I ever even... I know I got them, but I don't think I used them very much. The Bug Sisters.
I never got them.
I liked that they had a bunch of new summons in the game, though, so that was always really cool. Tromel, Seymour's Butler. Is that the poison for Cusco?
Yes.
Yes. Yuna's decision. I like this one. Continue the pilgrimage or find another way. Just kind of need to give you some options. I like that anything gives me options. Yuna's whistle. Just summoning things. Kamari, the Valiant Guardian. He's a cat. He's Rasanjo Rage. He's blue mage.
I like it.
Yeah. At the beginning of your combat, put a 1/1 counter on tap target creature opponent controls. You may have Kamari become a copy of that creature, except his name is Kamari. Then Guardian has vigilance and this ability. So that's pretty funny. You can just copy another creature every turn. Shilinda Yvonne Acolyte. I don't remember her well enough.
I think she was where Seymour's home was, and I think she was like doing like a tour or something. It's just so long.
We have a Sing card here. Unending Cataclysm. The Leviathan avatar. Flying and Trample. A Sing enters, remove all counters from any number of artifact, creatures, and enchantments. Enters with X1/1 counters on it, where X is twice the number of counters removed. That is nuts. And when he dies, put your counters on target creature you control. Oh, so then when you remove all the counters, he gets twice as many. So if you remove 5, instead of gaining 5/5, now he has 10/10. And then if he dies, someone does manage to kill him, all them counters go on somebody else anyhow. So you don't even lose them. That's crazy. Oh, good old Waka, Devoted Guardian. You just add some more counters on stuff. With Collective Effort, the racing or the what's that?
They're trying to
Skating game.
Sorry, yeah, they're trying to save Yuna from marrying Seymour, and so somehow they're gliding down these.
Yeah, they're sliding down railing.
I don't know how they're doing it from like 20 miles away. It's just like, how are you not dead falling off of that thing?
Because they played a lot of Ratchet and Clank growing up. Damning Verdict. Destroy all creatures with no counters on them. Oh, that's nuts. It's pretty fun. Farewell. Exile artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or all graveyards. That's neat. Luminous Broodmoth. I love it again. Love the little insects. They're from right at the beginning of the game. When you're first fighting, you're learning how to play the game. You're running on the bridge. I just love basic things.
I never played that game.
Promise of Loyalty. This is the beginning/end of the game. Put a vow counter on this creature. Each player puts a vow counter on a creature they control and sacrifices the rest. Each of those creatures can attack you or planeswalkers you control as long as it has a vow counter on it. Well, that's kind of neat. Resourceful Defense. They're arguing over something, who knows. I'm the better Blitzball player. Scholar from New Horizon. Sunscorch Regent. Together Forever. And it's like the only set so far that's actually showing couples together. Like, the other decks we went through haven't really shown anybody. A Chasm Skulker. I do not remember that thing at all. The Squid Horror.
I don't think I got that far.
Inexorable Tide. When Sing attacked the Zarkenland that day, I woke up in Spira. Pull from Tomorrow. Bane of Progress. That is just a nuts creature. I love how tiny they are.
Oh my God.
Way down there. Sing always returns for its spawns. Fight Rigging. Got Forgotten Ancient. Generous Patron. Look at the crowd, folks. Gyre Sage. Hardened Scales. Oh, it's when he's fighting Jack. Just I don't know what's the caption. Oh, lost too many cards. Incubation Druid. I don't remember elfy looking creatures that much, but then again, there's something I just can't remember all of it. Path of Discovery. Rampant Rejuvenator. Tireless Tracker. You play clue cards. Altered Ego. Shape-shifting Ifrit. I haven't seen any of the other summons yet. Endless Detour. The Lightning minigame. I'm scared of lightning. Let's rest, please. Pretty please. Fathom Mage. Walking Ballista. It's shooting blitz balls.
Love it.
That's funny. Then we got our bunch of lands. Brushland, Canopy Vista, Zack Orchard, Flooded Grove, Fortified Village, Glacial Fortress, Hinterland Harbor. Some of these are from the game. The Overflowing Basin, Port Town, that's where they do the blitz ball at. Prairie Stream, Sky Cloud Expanse, Sungrass Prairie, Sun Petal Grove, Temple of Enlightenment. It's an ice cave in the game. Burst on the move into the Guado City, into Malcademia. Temple of Mystery. I really think I remember that too. That was a puzzly place. Temple of Plenty. So you go all the different temples. Vineland Snarl. Is there an underwater cavern? Oh, it says summoning Anima, so maybe that's where you found him. Maybe it's like a one-off thing. Destroy Evil. Grateful Apparition. Little kick from the beginning of the game. Path to Exile. This is your story. It all begins here. An offer you can't refuse. I don't remember her name, but I vaguely remember her because of that hair.
And that outfit.
Yeah.
Just vaguely.
Dusk Shell Crawler. He's about to eat Titus in the face? Oh no, that's his foot. I thought that was like Titus laying on the ground. Like he's about to eat him. Ha, that one looks slow, scoffed Titus. It's also tough. Let me handle this. Just showing that he has the armor. Farseek. Oh, that's where the mercenaries are. It's everyone's favorite scene. Inspiring call. Ah ha ha, ah ha 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 ha.
No, that's Mandark. Stop it every time. I'm gonna have to get you something that plays their laugh so you get it right.
Dark card for each creature you control with a 1/1 counter. Those creatures become indestructible.
Calm down, Susan. That's Mandark's real name.
The 3 visits. Brag for the hunt. Kamari. Think you'll win? You cannot forget who you were. Took you by the horn, never forget. Brian Ronzo. Not Brian. Brian. Must be his brother. Arcane Signet, so he gets his little necklace. I remember growing up how much like I always tried to buy one of these.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many times I looked on eBay, and that's when eBay was still fairly new, so it was still sketchy to buy things. And it's like, oh, I'd really love to have that necklace.
I always thought it was cool. I have something that looks similar to it that I found, but it's nowhere exact, but it reminded me, I'm like, I'm buying it. I don't remember where I got it.
The Overflowing Chalice. There's their Soul Ring. Memories are nice, but that's all they are. Is that a save point? I think that's a save point.
Those are the save points.
Ash Barrens. Get back to these lands. Evolving Wilds. Forges of a Hero. That's the gum cave where you go fight monsters. Hey, look, there's a save point. You go with beachfront. This is where I was born. I started Blitz when I first bought it. Beginning the Oryx at 13, 10 years ago. 10 years we never won a game. Nesting grounds. Path of Ancestry. Radiant Grove. Seaside Citadel. So this is where Yuna grew up, I think. So it sounds like according to the text. Main temple of Yavin is there. Tangled Inlet. Temple of the False God with Lady Yunaleska. Command Tower. So like the command tower in each game is also based on whatever the game it is. So it's also fun. Like in 7 it's the Mako generator, I think. And we have all our different land cards. So that one's from 10, it's one of the beaches. This the upside is should have all the different land artwork by the end of this. Treasure token and a clue token. Another treasure clue.
These backers are the same as the front.
All the spirits.
Yeah.
So we have 4 spirits. On the flip side, they create squigs with Island Walk. Probably spirit. That's cool. We also got token sheets. I think because there's so much proliferation in this set, can keep having you add more counters. That's why they gave us so many extra things. So +1/+1 counters. Oh, that's kind of neat. +1/+1 on the top, and then on the bottom they're different. So you basically have double of each of those. So this one I think is for keeping track of either sagas or your commander points. Flying, stun, not sure what that one's supposed to be. I have no idea. They start because back in my day when
sheet tell you over there, the one with Titus on it?
I don't think it explains what these token symbols mean. I would probably have to go look it up.
It's weird they give you a thing without instructions. Oh well. Unless it's on the back of that black card.
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Popular formats on your turn. Nope, I think they just expect you to know what the hell these things mean at this point. You know, and it's like... The thing is, they also have changed some of the symbols over the years, or you see non-standard things that have them as well. So it's like, yeah, sometimes it's hard, like, knockoff stuff that make their own tokens, so they have to use alternate artworks and stuff. Alright, so I'm going to look at the Collector Booster Pack. We'll have 2 special cards from this set with alternate arts. So there's our fun whatever card. We got Protection Magic. So that's just a borderless version. We had the original back in here. Yeah, so just borderless.
So I like the borderless better.
It does look cooler though,
Yeah.
but you get more of the full artwork. Yeah, almost be neat if they just made them that way. Oh, that's cool. And then we got Siegfried, famed swordsman. So he's from FF6. He's one of the bad guys you fight, kind of. It says, recent rumors speak of an imposter that shows up and masquerades as Siegfried. So he's like a legendary creature, but it's never if it's the exact same person every time. It's one of those types of things. Cool. So that is what we have for Final Fantasy 10. We got Titus back there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check out the other commander decks. See you guys later. Bye.